episode, Happiness Matters, the show, my own talk show, until I get on a nationally syndicated one. Or this becomes nationally syndicated because
there you go. You never know.
So today I'm here with my really awesome friend Linda.
Hi.
Linda is, you know, your vibe attracts your tribe. She's definitely my tribe.
Yes.
Yes, because because we're both a little on the woo-woo
side.
The woo-woo side. We believe in the metaphysical, you know, and our higher selves and the vibration and all this good stuff. And why don't you tell us a little bit about you?
About me?
Yeah.
Like what? Oh, this is really nerve-wracking here. I've never done this before.
Oh, really?
No.
Well, welcome. We'll have to have you on some more so you can like
get used to this.
Right, because it's really fun.
Yes.
You know, it's really fun. So I know you have not lived in Colorado your whole life. I think you said California?
Yeah, I was born back on the East Coast, but I was raised in California. I moved to Colorado approximately 15 years ago.
Cool.
And when I made that move, prior to my coming to Colorado, I had spent several years working with another animal communicator, where she was kind of mentoring me and teaching me how to communicate with the animals. I spoke with and communicated with probably close to 50 or 100 animals.
Wow. So Mo was giving you an earful.
Yeah, he has for a couple of months. But yeah, I talked to animals all the way over in England and you know, internationally.
Now you connect with them through pictures or how?
Yeah,
how does
that's
work?
how Layla worked with me. She would give me, not all of them, but the ones she had pictures, she'd give me a picture of the animal and then the name of the owner, and that was what I worked with. But a lot of those animals, she didn't have pictures, but she'd give me the name of the animal and then the name of the owner.
Okay.
And then I would go to the spirit world, and I would communicate with the animal.
This is so cool.
And the thing was, a lot of it was healing that needed to be done with the animal. Because of my empath abilities, it could be really difficult because I could feel what those animals were feeling. So if an animal had been abused or something like that, it was very emotionally taxing.
I can imagine.
Because I would be like reliving it with the animal.
I mean, I know how I am. It's just listening to stories or reading stories about animal abuse. I mean, it hurts me to the core. I can't even imagine what you must be feeling when you're actually feeling the actual emotions of that animal.
Yeah. It's exhausting emotionally because I'm a real animal person.
No.
And I, you know, she and I would write when I would do it. I'd close my eyes, and my eyes were always closed, and I would be able to write what they were saying and what I was seeing. You know, probably 97, 98% accuracy.
Wow, that's impressive.
Because a lot of these animals were animals that Layla already knew, so she could confirm.
Oh, okay, right.
What I was sharing.
Well, that's
with
helpful
her
when you're learning, you know.
For me to be able to learn. And then a lot of my friends gave me pictures of theirs. And, you know, I was able to discover a broken tooth and, you know, why a horse didn't like to be clipped with body clippers and how to work around that. And so it was really a lot of fun. When I moved to Colorado, I didn't feel quite as comfortable or secure with that being public knowledge to people.
Right.
So I stopped.
Bummer.
Yeah, so I stopped. I would do little things with my animals, my horse, that sort of thing.
And then there's Mo.
And probably about a year ago or so, I started to kind of feel the need to
get back into it,
to do it. And Mo was so great. For several months, Mo kept trying to talk to me, and I would ignore him, and he'd get really frustrated. But he was consistent. If nothing else, Momo was
he's
consistent.
persistent.
Yeah.
He's consistently persistent.
Yes.
Yes.
And then through talking to yourself and Ashley and some other people, my other friend, I just decided it was time not to keep hiding who I was.
Good. I'm glad.
But it's working on and overcoming all those wonderful self-doubts that all of us have, that we have to work through.
Those limiting beliefs, and it's like, can it really be, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Yes.
So overcoming that and working with that, and working with my shaman, she's been really helpful.
Nice.
So now it's kind of like I'm putting my toe in the water again, for lack of a better term.
Okay, maybe I'll just go like,
oops, yeah, push me. So with some really good friends, a little rusty after almost. Yeah, I know you guys do, and I love you all too.
I know.
But after not doing it for almost 15 years, it's
right.
It was a lot of repression.
Mm-hmm. Well, the other thing too is because I know how some people look at us woo-woo people.
Yes.
It's like we're the weirdos. It's like whatever, but it's just because it's not really mainstream yet. But it's becoming more and more. I think people are getting more and more open, to talk about their gifts.
Sure.
And or they're just curious. For me, and when I met my friend Barbara, my shaman, as I lovingly refer to her, my witch doctor, I was ready because I knew there was more. Because everything that I was taught, and I grew up in Germany, and stuff. So, but everything I taught is like, but there's so many contradictions. And it didn't make sense. It didn't work for me. It didn't make sense to me. And I knew there's more. And so I was like, there's more. I know there's more. And when the student is ready, the teacher appears.
Right.
And I met her about 5 years ago or so. And she literally opened up the universe to me. And where I am today, I actually have a podcast with Barbara, Beanie Bits. But it was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
This whole, really, a whole new world. And it's just, really? And then because I'm also a person, I tend to overthink.
Right.
So, I make it way more complicated than it has to be. Now I understand it really isn't. It's super simple. It's just, you have to be open. You have to be open, you have to be ready to receive and stuff. But most of all, I tell people, it's just fun. Yeah. It is so much fun. I discover so many things lately, and it's like, what? And I call Barbara, I'm like, oh my, or I call you. Right. Oh my gosh.
Right. Yeah.
So, but it is just so incredible. And then when you confessed, I know that Mo has been communicating with you, and that was just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
That you actually told me, and and it was so funny. So I don't know if I shared that with you at that time, but when you said, so when you talked about my backyard,
right,
and Mo showed you the backyard, I was thinking, oh my God, what else did he show? I was like,
did I clean the room? Did I clean the room?
I'm like, panic attack. But I was like, no, he wouldn't rat me out.
No.
But to me, this is just so fascinating, and I think it's really cool. And you shared that he kept showing you a blue bowl.
Yes,
blue bowl, and I was like, huh. And so we had to say goodbye to Mo's dad, Draco, the beginning of December, and they both have that raised food dishes.
Sure.
Because they're big dogs, and it's really good for them to bend down. So, and Draco's actually it kind of looks like a little Tykes type thing. It's plastic, but it had the blue bowls. And Mo's dish has a food container underneath it, and then it has like metal bowls on top. So after you told me that he blue bowl and it's giving comfort, you know, I'm like, okay. So I just switched out the bowls, and well, I guess he likes it.
Well, and the thing that he was telling me was, you told me the dog prior to Mo's dad had those blue bowls.
Yes.
Okay, so those bowls were very special. Kind of in the family, for lack of a better term.
It's like the doggy heirloom.
Yes,
right.
Yes. And he didn't feel special because he had these metal bowls.
Oh.
So it was like passing the rights on from this dog to this dog to this dog.
Oh my goodness!
So now he has the family doggy bowl.
Right, right, very cool. You still need to eat when I'm not in the room. Yes, which is funny because I mean I'm totally his human.
Right.
I am so his human, and he will really not eat unless I'm in the kitchen and I'm eating too. Or if I'm just in the kitchen, I mean, he's really hungry, you know, all I have to do is be in the kitchen.
Right.
And he'll start eating, but if I walk out, he'll stop.
Right.
But I'm like, dude, you're hungry, you need to eat.
Yeah. But his number one priority is to take care of you.
Right.
So
that's Mo the service dog.
Yeah. So if you're not there, he's got to follow you.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
To take care of you.
All right, I'll stay in the kitchen longer.
Okay. Yeah. So he's, you know, he's putting you above him.
Right. Aw. I love you too, Mo. I know, you're so cute. Come here. Come here. Come here. He's so cute.
I know.
I just love his face. And, you know, I never realized that dogs or animals change their facial expressions.
Oh, sure.
And because, I mean, he gets in trouble ever so often. You know, and then I call him by his full name. Amadeus Mozart. Oh, sorry. I'm not, no. But, you know, I call the full name. His full name is really Amadeus Mozart, and it's like with kids, you know, to get their full attention, you say the full name. And he just puts his head down, and he changes his demeanor to, like, puppy face. Because, you know, puppies are all cute and cuddly, and you can't be mad at me, and he does that.
Because he doesn't want you to be mad.
Right. And the first time I realized it, I just lost it. I laughed so hard. I told my husband, like, oh, my God, honey, come check this out. This is like,
Mo's like, well, I don't know if it's working or not.
Right. It's like, but I'm going to give it my best. So
I'll do my very best.
Oh, yeah. No, but he's cute. And so the other day, I saw you at an event, but I had left earlier that day because I had a couple other appointments. And I left Mo home because the appointment I went to, she has 4 dogs of her own. 2 of them are Great Danes, and there's really no room. And I'm not leaving him in the car because it was hot, you know, so it's like, no. So I left him home with my husband. And next day, my husband told me that Mo was pouting. So he wanted to go out in the yard, which is fine. I mean, you know, we let him out. And about an hour later or so, Jeff was going to let him back in because he figured it's been long enough. And usually Mo does his business and he knocks on the door to come back in.
Sure.
So Jeff opened the door and Mo comes walking up and he stopped and he kind of looked at Mo and his face, I guess, asked kind of, so is she back yet? And Jeff responded, no, Mom's not home yet. And Mo apparently went and turned around and went back out in the yard.
Outside. Yeah.
So, but when I came home, it's like,
he was a happy dog.
Yeah. Oh, yes. And this is the first time you met Mo the pet.
Yes. Very different. He's taller than I am.
Yes.
Because when I came in the front door, he literally stood up.
It's like, hello.
And it was like, whoa, I'm very short compared to Mo.
I am short compared to him. But when he comes up when he puts his paws out, I mean, we're really eye level.
Yeah. It was funny.
I know we're talking about you. Yes, we are, because you're so cute. Aw.
Now he's going to be a lapdog.
I know, you need to look the other way. Camera is the other way, dude. Alright, off. Oh, I know, I love you too. Off me. You're not really a featherweight, man. You're not a teacup chihuahua. Why is it that big dogs think they're like this big, and dogs that are this big think they're this big?
Yeah.
I don't no. I don't understand. But yeah, Mo is definitely a mama's dog, and yes, he's a lapdog. He sits in my lap. Well, what he does, so when we watch TV and I have my feet up on the recliner, he comes over this way, and his hind legs are on the floor.
Okay, and he lays over.
And he just leans over.
Yeah.
And he stretches. But so when he started that, which is great. I mean, I love it because I'm always cold. So
right.
Thanks for warming me up,
Right.
So, and he looks at me and his noggin is like right here. I was like, dude, I can't see. I know. So I'm like, so I taught him to chill.
Right.
So now when we watch TV and he's all up and I look at him, I was like, give him some love. And it's like, okay, dude, you got to chill. I can't see. So he either puts his head here, or he plops down all the way over.
Oh, that's so funny. He says, okay, gotta chill.
I know. You know how to chill. Yes, you do. So this is awesome. So with your gift, are you looking to make that like a career type thing? You're going to do it as a hobby? So
I think as I redevelop all these gifts and become more comfortable in my skin, which is something that's my problem.
Right.
I think I would like to be able to do, eventually when I, take it full time, become more of a career.
That's cool.
I think that there's a lot of behavioral term problems that people say their pets have.
Most of the time it's not the pet, most of the time it's the people.
Yeah, and it's a real breakdown in communication.
Right.
And it's not, usually the animal's trying to tell you something. People just don't get it.
Right.
And so I would rather be a part of the process to help heal that.
Oh, I like that. I really like that. So, because I know everything is energy. You, me, the chair, the Mo, everything, at the core, we're a molecule, we're all the same, and it's energy. Sure. It's just it vibrates at a different level and frequency and all that. And I know, we've all heard the saying, you vibe attract your tribe.
Right.
So for you to communicate, you're kind of like tapping into that frequency then to get...
Yeah, so what I do is I draw on the power of Mother Earth.
Okay.
And she grounds me to the earth. So that I'm safe. And the power of Mother Earth will go through me and go through the crown of my head, the chakra crown. And I go up and I ask the gatekeepers, for lack of a better term, to allow me entrance.
Yeah, always ask permission.
And then I go in and to this spirit realm. And the spirit realm that I go to can be created to my safe place.
Right.
Wherever that is.
It's what you make it.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And then I call on the animal.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And usually the animal comes and we talk.
Nice.
And they share things, a lot of visual. A lot of visual.
Well, here's a fun fact. We don't think in words. We think in picture.
Yeah.
So if I tell you, it's like your house and your yard, instantly you have a picture of your house and your yard in your head. Not the word house, yard, but the picture of it. So yeah. So we really think in picture.
Pictures. So I get a lot of visual pictures. I do get some words that auditory, I think that's how you say that word, is becoming more and more developed.
Nice. What?
I know. So yeah, I'll hear things. When Barbara asked me about this donkey, I instantly saw a flash of a picture and words, a voice saying,
Let me explain real quick with the donkey and Barbara. So my friend Barbara, my shaman, she volunteers every so often at a donkey sanctuary, I think in Arizona.
I think so.
Anyway, so, but they had gotten that donkey in like a few years ago, and it never really warmed up to people, and they knew he was abused, but they didn't quite know what happened, and they were curious. And as soon as Barbara started talking about it, Linda was able to connect with the donkey, and you got the pictures of, what was it, like hitting him?
Kids at the reservation, was hitting her.
Oh, it's a girl, okay.
Her name is Tula.
Aww.
And they were laughing and hitting it with sticks and kind of teasing it. And
But she was tied down and she couldn't escape and she couldn't do anything, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she was tied or
what a
attached to something.
I have chills. That's so amazing.
So, and that was just, and, the lady I get my jewelry from too,
We love her too. I have a podcast with her. It's called Stoned.
Yes.
Because we get our stones from her. It's not that kind of stone, but the healing stones.
Healing stones. Several weeks ago, an orange tabby cat sitting on like a patio table or something. And so finally I got around to meeting with Ash and we were talking and I said, do you have a orange tabby cat? What color is she? I said, do you have a cat? And she said, yeah, I have a cat, but it's black and white. And I said, no, there's an orange tabby cat. She said, oh, well, that cat comes and sits in my backyard, but I haven't seen it for a couple of weeks. And I said, well, it's been a couple of weeks since I saw the cat in your yard. And she said, yeah, and I'm going to talk to her later this weekend, but find out if it came back or not.
I hope it did.
But
hope it's okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
And I was like, she has an orange tabby cat? It's like, these random things.
Right. Wasn't that weird, like the first time it happened, like, what, the fire truck?
Yeah.
What's happening? Am I losing my marbles? I can imagine, yeah.
Yeah, and most of it I did with my horse, one of my horses, He'd be running in the arena going like crazy, and I would just say, Kilo, come, and he'd stop, he'd turn around and spin, and I wouldn't say it out loud,
right?
But in my mind, and he would just come flying over and stand right in front of me.
So, I get random stuff popping in my head. Okay, so, do you ever have, like, when you're talking with an animal, say with Mo, and he's like, okay, my name really is not Mo, it's just something she gave me, but I'm okay with that? Do you ever get anything like that? No? I know I'm weird.
No, for the most part, their names don't mean a whole lot.
Right.
It's
the feeling that goes with it.
Yeah, it's the emotion,
that energy,
feeling that go with it. Animals don't think of us in names necessarily. It's more than like the pictures and the energy. It's like, oh, I recognize you. You're my human, and I feel your energy. Yeah.
Oh, okay, very cool. So, funny story. When Linda started telling me that Mo had started connected with her, a few times, we were sitting at a Starbucks here in town, and we're sitting outside, and I had just gotten my new car, and
yeah.
So. And I knew my car because everything is energy, everything is alive. I know it sounds weird to some people, but just go with it. But I kept referring to my car as he and she, as her and she. But every time I said it, I felt something inside screaming, no! So while we were sitting there, she's telling me all of the stuff with Mo, and I said, so, since you can tap into Mo, which is energy, you can tap into other energies. So can you tap into my car and find out if it's male, female, and what his name or his or her name is? And the look you gave me was awesome. It's kind of like, you want me to what now? I just said, okay. And my car was right there. I mean, it was within insight. And I shared nothing. I didn't share anything with you that I'm thinking because even though I call it her and she, I don't think it is. I believe it's male, and name. I really didn't have an idea with the name. So you tapped into it, but you got the name, you got everything, but you weren't quite sure.
I was, again, as human beings, we have a lot of self-doubt.
Yep.
So I was able to feel the male energy.
So my car's a boy.
Okay, and I very clearly heard the word Sam. But when I said it to Beanie, I said, the name starts with an S.
And without skipping anything, I'm like, oh, Sam.
Which is exactly what
and your eyes got this big.
It was like, oh, yeah. That was the name that I heard.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a lot of things that we are raised with.
Right.
Conditions
I call it
and
the programming.
boundaries and the programming.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of people would be able to say that something has happened somewhere in their life where you kind of go, whoa, what was that?
Well, and here's the thing, we all have that gut instinct.
Right.
We all have that. We all sometimes get that knot in the pit of our stomach, like something is wrong. That's really what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's just on a more refined and a little higher level. But it's like whenever you get that gut instinct, and you should listen to it, but you don't listen to it, and then you realize it's like stuff goes wrong because you didn't listen to it, and you're like, man, I should have listened to my gut. We've all done that, and I've done that way before. I was aware there's so much more out there. I was like, my gut instinct, and my gut saved my life a few times growing up. So we all have that gift. It's just we're so conditioned to ignore it, and not pay attention. To what we're feeling, to our emotions. We're suppressing it because we're so afraid of being judged.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what, people? You're being judged anyway. Okay, we're being judged all the time.
Yeah. All the time.
Because we're not enough of this, not enough of that, or too much of this, or too much of that. It doesn't matter. We cannot please everybody. That's a hard lesson to learn because we're conditioned like, oh, you can't do that. You gotta be nice. What will the neighbors think? Blah, all of that stuff.
Sure.
And we're really taught to suppress us.
Yes.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So, and it's just like, because of that fear of judgment, what will the neighbors think? Oh, we can't do that.
What will my boss think? What will my friend think? What will my husband or spouse think?
Correct.
What's everybody going to think? Well, I finally got to the age that I am now where I just don't really care what people think.
Because here's the thing.
It gets you nowhere.
Well, it gets you nowhere. But here's the other thing,
you're not happy.
Right, and the other thing, too, that I learn and become to understand, when people judge you, when people are mean to you, unless, of course, you're a douche, okay, then you deserve it. But generally, okay, people judge us, people are mean to us, it has nothing to do with us. It has everything to do with them, with their beliefs, with the feelings they have about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And they're projecting it out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, be you. Enjoy life, and who cares what people think? People have an opinion anyway.
Yeah.
And my thing is, I tell people, it's like, hey, this is who I am. Love it or leave it. Either way, I'm okay. Because I'm okay with me.
Yeah, being comfortable with yourself.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And who you truly are.
Right.
Not what you were sculpted.
Well, and plus it's like with the social media, with the media,
Sure.
and it's like all those images of perfection.
Yeah.
Which, okay, no, photoshopped. Okay.
Yeah.
We are perfectly imperfect. Mm-hmm. And I just wish more people could understand that and get in touch and not be afraid of what's going on, of the gifts they have. I know some people, they can see auras.
Right.
And they can tell you pretty much what type of personality you are because of your aura.
Right.
And it's like, I think that'd be so cool. I'm like,
I know.
Right? It's like, but what do you do? I was like, this is so cool. I talk to my dog, but I pick more up on the body language. I don't pick up on what you're picking up with Mo.
Right.
So, it's a different way of communicating, but I think we all have gifts. Mm-hmm. We all have special gifts. My gift is just I'm just happy. and I've spread the happy.
Yeah.
And I have this gift. I can help people smile, no matter what.
Right.
Even if it's just for that moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, man, Beanie, did you see Beanie? That was really stupid. Hey, but guess what? They smiled, they laughed, they raised their vibration.
Sure.
Okay. And it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody has a gift, and I think we should start embracing it more. So I'm really happy that you are stepping back into your gift and into your power. So, and then you still need to have a talk with Mo about my walking stick and why he's so scared of it. I think I know it's because when we did training and he kept pulling forward because I can't really walk fast. So what I did is I used the stick and just put it in front of him. I never really touched him with it, but I just put it in front of him. I was like, hey, slow down. And that worked. But now every time the stick comes close to him, he's like,
overreactive?
Oh, he's my, yes, you. He's a little drama king. It's funny. I mean, it's not funny, but it's funny at the same time. You know, it's just like, stop, there's no need.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. So, but I just think that is so cool.
Yeah,
so
it is.
So now if people, because like, oh, can you talk to my animals? So if people want to get a hold of you, can they do that? Are you ready yet?
I'm not ready yet.
You're not ready yet. Okay.
Yeah, my shaman has said it's not time yet.
Okay. So we're gonna hold off with her contact info.
Yes, not time yet.
But you can comment below.
Yeah.
And when she's ready.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes. But there's some things that I need to work through with Christy, and and the spirit guide said no, not yet.
Okay.
Don't rush, not yet. Because things are opening up for me where I'll be able to do even more.
Nice.
And so they want to get through that process with me in order for me to get here before I go out.
That is so cool.
Yeah, they were very clear about that.
Like, not yet.
Yes. As Chrissy said, no. So yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool. But yeah, I mean, if you guys are interested, you know, getting in contact with her, or when Linda is ready, just put comments below, and I will forward it to Linda.
Yeah.
You know, and when she's ready, message me, and I will forward it to Linda. When she's ready, she'll reach out to you. I mean, is that fair?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just I have to do what I'm being guided to do.
No, I get it. I get it.
And in order for me to be most effective with the animals, I need to become a better athlete.
There you go. Well, I mean, practice.
Yes.
You know, you got to practice more and really get rid of more of those limiting beliefs that are holding you back at this point.
And that's the biggest part.
Yeah. And I mean, and the limiting beliefs, it's all of us.
Sure.
I mean, I'm actually a certified limiting belief clearing practitioner. It's a long word. I'm not saying that
that's
3 times
very
fast.
long.
Yeah, I know. But I help people clear the limiting beliefs. Okay? And it was like, oh, wow. So you must be like totally clear. No, I'm human. Please. Yes. I still have my own limiting beliefs. The difference really is like I catch on to them faster than most people because we're not even realizing we're having them. So... But
it's just habit. You fall back in really.
Right. I mean, I call it autopilot. I mean, we're really running on autopilot. We're more reactive than we're proactive. You know, it's like when we're out and we're talking to somebody and the emotions run high. We're not thinking. We're coming from the emotional place, and usually it's negative, sadly. You know, and but we're not thinking. We're just reacting.
Sure.
And it escalates because we're not in control anymore. And that's really the thing. So it's like. But once you're aware, you have that awareness, you know, you pay more attention, so it's really cool. But I think this is exciting.
Well, thank you.
So, and
I do too.
I'm really glad you're part of my tribe.
Well, I'm glad to be part of the tribe.
Cool. Well, thank you for being here. And, you know, when you're ready, come back and we'll do another one.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
All right, thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. Oh, I just realized, too, that the camera's a little off. Sorry, guys. So
that was Momo.
Next time.